Good afternoon from the Truth Traveler and Pigeon Forge. It's Ryan.
And Brie.
And on today's adventure, we're going to be bringing you inside. We'll be covering how to get tickets, how much they cost, and all of the nitty-gritty details. Then we'll be bringing you through their light tunnel.
And then onto their observation deck.
We'll introduce you to their robot pod and the inventor in the inventor's office.
Then we'll head into the decontamination zone, into the decontamination chamber, and get ready for our VR flight.
Once we get to the VR experience, we'll bring you inside, show you what the seats are like, how the VR goes on your head, and just give you a feel for what this experience is like.
After that, we'll head into the planetarium, and maybe we'll stop and grab a sweet treat on the way out.
So we're excited to bring you inside this new attraction that's built by Answers in Genesis, which are the same people who did the Ark encounter up in Kentucky. So there's a lot to see and little time to do it. Without further ado, let the adventure begin. So we're located right across the street from the Pirates Voyage dinner and show. There's a little bit of parking out front. And in this area right here, if parking looks like it's full in the front, there's lots of parking on the side of the building. I also want to point out this door in the corner will get you directly to their gift shop and their timeless treats, which you don't have to be doing the VR experience to come into this area. Whether you want to just check out their shop or come over here and get a treat. We'll go over everything that they serve here at Timeless Treats later in the video. But wherever you park, the side of the building or the front of the building, this is the entrance you're going to want to go into. This is where you can get tickets. If you try to get tickets online, they're going to encourage you to pick a date and a time. But if you don't have a reservation, no worries. You can still just come right in and get a time slot. You just might have to wait a little bit longer without a reservation. So as we enter in, you can see some different posters on the wall to some of the destinations we're going to be traveling to in this video. Let me walk up here and go over what tickets cost. Here's a look at the general admission pricing for the VR show, or you can get the VR show in Planetarium. And just a heads up, this pricing can fluctuate based on what day it is. For example, when it's really busy on Independence Day, you might find higher pricing, and when it's really slow, you might find lower pricing. You'll notice down here at the bottom that children up to 5 years old are completely free to go here. And I would also want to point out that you must be 40 inches tall to do the VR experience, but don't worry, if you have little ones, they can still do the planetarium. We'll be showing you both the VR experience and the planetarium in just a little bit. Now that we've covered tickets, we're going to enter in. Looks like they have pod up here welcoming everyone.
Ticketing agent at the tower. I'll see you on board.
So we are ready to take you inside the Truth Traveler. This is where you would scan your ticket. And our first stop is their light tunnel. They did let us know that it's not complete. They're going to be adding some different Bible verses on the wall here, particularly Genesis 1:1, and highlighting that God first said, "Let there be light." So we are going through the light tunnel. And Brie, where do we come to next?
We're going to the observation deck.
See the different ships taking off. This is what we'll be doing.
I really like this futuristic but still in nature look. This is really cool.
Oh, there's another one, just took off. So we can see some of the technology on display in this hallway. We can learn about how it was made in the next room, the inventor's office.
Oh, and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for the one and only Inventor!
All right, bud. That's enough of that. Hello, everyone. I wasn't expecting company in my office today, but our travelers are always welcome.
I was about to explain to our travelers how all this came about. Oh, but since you're here, maybe you could
give a little history? Sure. Well, as Pod rather loudly announced, I am the inventor and founder of Truth Traveler. Because everything written within these pages is absolutely true. It's like you've heard this before, huh, Ray?
Maybe a time or two. Whoa! Ray! Hey, Pod, did you get an update from me? Ice cream and fudge! I sure did! Sweet! I made that modification myself.
All right, Pod, you're up. Take good care of our guests. I'll see you all on board. Ray, we have just enough time before the launch for you to show me your modifications.
I'll go get it ready. See you there. Bye, everyone.
Well, see you on board.
Don't worry. I'll meet you there after I finish my final calibrations.
So here's a quick look at the inventor's office. Got a little desk over here, some computers, paint, all sorts of different equipment. Our next stop, as the professor said, would be the Decontamination Chamber.
But if we can get the different code on that switch.
Come on in. We are glad to have you. Welcome, travelers. We're so excited to have you here today. Who is ready for time travel?
I am.
Not many? Oh, come on. We're talking about traveling through time here. Who is ready for time travel?
Yeah.
All right. For those of you that are nervous, it's okay. We have a perfectly built ship here. There's no flaws in it whatsoever. No mishaps, no misfires. You're going to be so comfortable and safe. And, well, anyway, I'm sure they'll work that out by the time you're on board. We're just going to trust God and carry on. I'll let you come into the decontamination chamber now. So once the decontamination process is complete, it'll lower you down into the mountain where it'll unload you onto the flight deck. So from here, I will wish you Godspeed, and Pod will take it from here. Thank you.
Testing, testing. Can everyone hear me? Wonderful. Welcome, travelers. Please stand very still while I activate the controls. Cleaning. Engage. Cookies and cake. Fantastic. And now, it is my distinct pleasure to escort you via this elevator to the lower level capsule loading area. Steady your footing. Here we go. Pickles and gooseberries. What's wrong this time? Ta-da! I'm back. Welcome to the boarding area. Follow our Truth Traveler boarding agents to your assigned capsule, and I'll see you inside.
So I don't think the decontamination room was completely working on that run, but I think there'll be some more lights. The room does move a little bit, but it just gives you a feeling as though you're on an elevator. But don't worry, you're not actually moving up and down. But we have made it to the Truth Traveler flight deck. So as you get off the elevator, you'll wait for one of the different pods to open up.
It actually smells like the ride Soarin' in here. So I'm wondering if there's some scent things that they do while you're in your VR flight.
I guess we're gonna find out. It just smells like new ride. I like the smell. I think I need it in my van.
Yeah, a new theme park ride should be a
Car scent, yes. We're gonna bring you with us on the VR experience. It should be about 18 minutes. We'll confirm that once we get off. So they have actually 7 different ships that you can board, because they have some over here on the right as well. I want to show you real quick what it's like when you go on. I just want to point out that it does not move. The seats move. So as you come in, you can see there's a little axis here that will move up and down. And there is no seat belt, and it's a pretty good wide seat. You can see there's 4 seats on the left, there's 4 front and center, and there are 4 more on the right. So let me back out real quick and we'll go in once this room is ready.
We are so excited to have you all time traveling with us. If you don't mind, we like to have the adults sit in the middle and the kids sit on the outside once we get in. And please don't touch the VR. We'll come around and help y'all put those on. So once y'all ready, you can come right in. Go ahead and put your hands out like this, like you're praying.
Okay, like this?
Like, yes.
Okay.
And then go ahead and put that over your eyes. Okay, and then go ahead and let me know once that fits well. Is that still tight enough?
Yes, that's good.
Okay, there you go.
Hat on or hat off?
Backwards. Your hat off. Backwards is fine too.
Backwards. All right, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Palms out. There we go. Place this in your hands. Put it up for me. Awesome.
I think that's good.
Good?
Yeah,
Awesome. Are you able to see that Truth Traveler logo?
I am.
Awesome.
Please look forward. Calibration will commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go, Brie. Maybe not. All right, now we're going. Oh, oh.
Oh, okay. So you're splashing white.
Oh, oh, that guy just got launched up. There we go. Oh, here comes the T-Rex. Oh,
Bad feeling about this.
oh, oh.
Satan, God's enemy and ours, used a serpent.
Oh no, here comes the T-Rex. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
God, I thought you fixed the cloaking mechanism.
It was working before we left.
Engage evasive maneuver.
Uh-oh, here comes the T-Rex. Must go faster, must go faster. We're working our way through a tunnel right now after we just saw the Garden of Eden. Oh,
Oh, bless
what happened?
can't tolerate sin, but he's also merciful and provided his
Here comes the Ark.
No, was the only righteous man of his time who walked faithfully with God. God told Noah to build an ark and spared him.
We just bumped into the Ark.
When sin entered the world, God promised to one day send a Messiah. Jesus, the promised Messiah, was the total fulfillment of every promise God made with humankind. I am the way, and the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Because of Christ's sacrifice on the cross for our sins, and his resurrection from the dead, he rescues the outcasts, removes all doubts.
Coming back in for a landing.
When God frames the new heavens, there will be no death, no mourning, and no pain.
So there's a quick look at what the VR experience is like. So we're gonna go from the VR experience and go over to the planetarium next. So Brie, what'd you think of the VR experience? I will say I was a little nervous because I know you struggle with vertigo. Is it doable if you have trouble with screens? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the only parts that were giving me trouble as someone who struggles with vertigo was the tunnel parts where it's just like this. So I just closed my eyes and just sit back and relax. And when we arrived at the next section of the show, I was perfectly fine. I actually have never really done VR before. I mean, maybe I've put one on, I don't remember. So this was kind of like new for me as far as VR. I really thought it was cool when you put on the glasses that I could look down and left and right, and it was like completely surrounded by whatever that scene is. I really enjoyed the dinosaur, was really cool. And obviously the gospel message is #1. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun experience. What do you think?
I think the only part that gave me trouble was not the tunnel going forward, but anytime it was going up and down, like at the shaft or like getting launched up. I think that last little part when we were going down back into our little bay. Otherwise, I was completely fine. Nothing made me feel dizzy or nauseous or anything like that. And I really liked some of the scenes with Jesus. I felt like I was there with him and the disciples in the upper room for the Last Supper. So like she said, you can look around in all directions. Very immersive experience. I remember very vividly when we were in the flood and I was looking down to the left and all of a sudden I saw the tip of Noah's Ark come and bump us. It is indeed a very immersive experience. I'm excited to go check out their planetarium next. So let's show you what this is like. Now let's head into Rae's Stargazer Planetarium, which has all sorts of planets when you first walk in. So you can see Rae's desk and you can see Rae up on this screen while you're waiting to go into the planetarium. And the screen up here has some different trivia questions you can do together as a family while you're waiting to go into the planetarium, such as why is Earth tilted on its axis? I would say C. Yay!
Welcome to Rae's Stargazer Planetarium. In just a few seconds, I'm gonna let you in, and Rae and Pod are gonna take you on an adventure through our solar system and show you God's creation and how he planned everything perfectly. I ask one thing as we go in. Please go to the front row, head all the way to the end, and fill in each row completely before moving to the next row. Thank you, and here we go.
So I think this was the part that I've been most excited for. One thing I want to point out real quick before we watch the show is these seats lean back very well so you can look up and enjoy the planetarium.
Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the presentation.
Great Scott, it's working again. You won't believe how crazy huge the universe is. So let's explore it together. Well, as much of the universe as we know of so far. Right. There's still so much we don't know about yet. The Earth is nearly 8,000 miles in diameter. And everything beyond is a distance we can't even, get or understand. When the Apollo astronauts rocketed to the moon, they were going as fast as a bullet speed. And it still took them 3 days to get there. So here we can see the moon in its orbit. It is a giant star, nearly 10 times larger than the sun. In diameter! In diameter. Just above us is the famous star Betelgeuse. It's a red supergiant and is one of the biggest stars here. Betelgeuse is even bigger than Rigel. Now watch this. As we travel back to the sun, they return to their familiar shapes. Nebulae are basically a big cloud of hydrogen and helium gas. They can get really huge, like many light years huge. The astonishing thing is that our galaxy is just one of billions. Each one of these faint points of light is an entire galaxy. And now, watch this. See the strange band where galaxies seem to be missing? This is called the zone of avoidance. It lines up with the disk of our galaxy. But all of the galaxies we see here are just a small part of the cosmos. And now, here we can start to see the bigger picture, the structure of the universe, or at least as much of it as we understand today. Starting speed at 306 million parsecs per second. Here we go! Why do you always gotta measure in parsecs? Ask your grandfather. Watch how the streams and voids of galaxies pretty much disappear. The Earth sure may seem like an insignificant little speck compared to the incredible universe God created. But it's here God placed the one thing he created in his image. Something to think about. Of all that God created, human beings are created in God's own image. And though we rebelled against our Creator, he's the one who paid the price for our sins. It was on this small planet that the creator of the universe stepped into history as Jesus Christ, God in the flesh, dying for our sins, rising from the dead to defeat death, who now offers forgiveness to all who receive him as their savior. And let me just say, it gives me great joy to know that you'll probably never look at the stars in the night sky the same way again. Thanks for joining our space adventure. It was super fun showing you around our amazing created cosmos. See you next time and keep exploring. Bye! Don't touch anything on the way out!
We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Please exit to the right, and thank you for visiting the Stargazers Planetarium.
So the total runtime was 24 minutes and 30 seconds. I think we should head out towards the gift shop. So there's a look at what the planetarium is like. We're gonna go out through the exit, but first we're gonna stop by the gift shop up here. Got lots of different posters of places we traveled, Noah's Ark, Jericho, and the walls here with some seats that we can hang out in here. Let's check out some of the Truth Traveler merchandise that they have. Right here in the center of the store is the ship that we were on with the VR experience. So we got a Truth Traveler Pigeon Forge shirt over here. The backside says he holds time in his hands. Got one with the state of Tennessee, a long sleeve.
Of course, we have a variety of Ken Ham books available.
Color revealing mug. Just add hot water. I wonder if they sell these at the Creation Museum and the Ark up in Kentucky is my guess. And they have some down here.
Sure.
And they have an I Heart Pod Truth Traveler shirt. And these are the different little elements I was talking about that show up in front of you while you're on the VR experience. You kind of can tell how many more destinations you have left on your trip. Like some more Ken Ham books and some of the same designs and sweatshirts, hoodies over here. And in the corner of the store, there's a great little spot to take a family photo. Got some other hats and mugs, but I think we need to check out what are they serving over here at the Timeless Treats. Something smells really good.
We're over here at Timeless Treats with Donna. Donna, can you tell us what you have?
Okay, so we make homemade candies. So you're not seeing that a lot anymore. We actually make this fudge on these 750-pound marble tables back here. We make the caramel in these patties here from scratch. Soft pretzels that are made from scratch. We have ice cream from Mayfield Ice Cream, which is a local company, but everything we do is made with love. Currently, we are not making our cookies from scratch, but we will be as soon as we get that area set up. Okay. So we will have homemade cookies as well.
So what's the best thing you have?
In my opinion,
yes,
it would be the bottom row here, the patties.
Okay.
Yes.
These cashew and pecan?
Yes.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay.
Would you like to try something?
I would love to try whatever you think I should try.
I think you should try the caramel patties. Do you like pecans or cashews or both?
Cashews.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a cashew person as well.
Thank you so much. Ooh, this looks wonderful. So this is the Cashew Travelers. I took a big bite, now it's a chew.
All right, I'll try a bite too. I gotta try to get a little piece of chocolate.
That's why I took
That's why you took a big bite. You're trying to get to the chocolate in the middle. I see what happened here.
It's wonderful. Yeah. All the good things, cashews, caramel, and chocolate. You can't beat that. Little Rich, thank you so much.
And as we step outside, I just want to point out that I talked to the creative director. He told me there is a lot more that's going to be added outside and inside. As we mentioned, the Decontamination Chamber wasn't fully functional. They're adding a lot more little nooks and crannies, some different Bible verses in the light tunnel, and a lot more. But hopefully this video has been helpful to give you a better idea of what Truth Traveler here in Pigeon Forge is like. If you found this video helpful or enjoyable, do us a big favor and simply like this video before you leave. It's a great way to support our channel. But now that we're outside Truth Traveler, Brie, what do you think of this place? Between the VR experience, the planetarium, what was your favorite and what are your thoughts?
Well, I really enjoyed the whole experience. I have to say the VR was probably my favorite because it was just so immersive and just a unique experience. The planetarium had a ton of great information, very relaxing after you get off that VR ride. but I definitely enjoyed that VR ride most. What about you?
I think I actually like the planetarium the most. I will say it's a lot of information, and it's good information. I think the biggest thing that I walk away after watching the planetarium show is I'm like, wow, our universe is ginormous, and it goes on, and just how amazing God is in his creation. So it gave me a greater appreciation for that. It's very relaxing in there. I love the fact that your seat can really go back. As I mentioned earlier in the video, you have to be 40 inches for the VR experience, but if you have some real little ones with you, you can still bring them over to the planetarium and let them sit back and relax. That dome viewing experience is really incredible. But if you've been here, let us know in the comments, what did you think of Truth Traveler and Pigeon Forge? Or if you're going here, what are you looking forward to the most? That's gonna wrap up this video. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, we'll see you on the next adventure.